Hi guys, James from Twisted Assisted here. Today I'm going to do a video on Torx drivers. Now, as all of us who are knife and EDC enthusiasts, we will, in the day-to-day maintenance of our gear, be using Torx drivers. If you own a folding pocket knife, then about 80% of them will use Torx bits. In particular, T6 and T8 are the two sizes that are most commonly used. Now, I recently had to, I thought I'd buy a few bit drivers, just do some quality comparison. And I just thought I'd do a video to show you what I found. Let's deal with the cheapest one first. This is a Simply bit driver, T6. I purchased this from Amazon and it was about £5.90. And how I found this to be was, yes, it was okay, but I was taking out a screw which had some Loctite on it, and it very quickly sheared off the metal Torx bit, the star bit at the end, just sheared off completely. So when you're out there choosing a new bit driver, there's not just one quality standard. There is a real variance of quality. And I think if you're going to pay £6 for a bit driver, you're going to want it to work, which this one really, really didn't. Okay. I then purchased a Wera T6 bit driver, which this is just chalk and cheese. This has been brilliant. I've used this every single day for the past 2 months, and it has been fantastic. Just a nice little touch that it's got the end of the handle here spins, so that when you place it in your palm, you can twist it round and it will pivot and rotate on that. Just makes it very easy to use. Quite a good indication of quality when you're buying a bit driver is if you insert the end of the bit driver into the screw and then just move it from side to side. If there's a large amount of play, it means that the T6 bit is undersized a little bit, and that's exactly what you don't want. You want the bit driver to fit nicely into the end of the screw and not to have a lot of play, because if there's a little bit of play, it just means that either the screw will give way and you'll just shear off and just cam out the head, or you'll end up doing damage to the blades of the star on the bit driver. I did think to get another high-end one, so I purchased this Barco bit driver here, T6. This I had high hopes for, as Barco, they're a very well-known tool manufacturer out of Sweden. They're also associated with the Sandvik company, and they make knife steel, they make saw blades. They're a very, very big firm. Now this bit driver here was about £9, and I was really disappointed. There's a fair bit of left and right play once you've got the end of the T6 bit into the screw, and it's just not very well made. When I look on the packet, sure enough, it's made in Spain. So it's not out of Sweden, it's not out of Germany, it's out of Spain. And in fairness, I was expecting a lot more from a £9 Barco tool. So certainly the bit that really, the firm that really came out on top was Wera, and that is what you expect for a German-made company. Now, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on a bit driver, at some point it's going to wear out. It doesn't matter how good quality it is. At some point, you are going to need to replace it. And that's where I actually prefer, instead of investing the money in a bit driver, which one day is gonna break and then become useless. I mean, this, for example, that I bought from Amazon. Once I just stripped out the end of the head. I mean, what are you going to use it for? You've got to throw it away. I suppose you could grind the tip and make an awl out of it, but how many awls are you going to need? So, a good compromise, therefore, is to buy yourself a good quality 1/4 inch hex driver bit in the sizes that you need. Here we have a T6. These are made by Weir. These are German manufactured. They're very, very, very good. And I'll use this intensively for 3-4 months, bearing in mind that I'm stripping 20 to 30 knives a week. And then when it breaks, I'll just ding it off and get a new one. And these are £2, £1.99 we sell these for. I'll chuck the link in the description. It is a really good and worthwhile investment to purchase good quality Torx bits. If you've got a £50 knife or a £500 knife, you're going to want to look after the screws, because getting new screws for some knives can be really, really problematic. So if you've got an expensive knife, why on earth wouldn't you have an expensive, good quality Torx bit in order to preserve and look after your hardware? So I can't big these up enough. One thing I want to make you aware of is, if you were to go and do an Amazon search or eBay and look for T6 hex drive bits, you will find the markings will be similar. The 99% of them will be this. It'll say T6, it'll say S2. Now, S2 is a type of tool steel, and you'll see these. These are very, very ordinary, entry-level quality. They're not great, and there is a world of difference between these bits here and the Weir ones that we recommend and sell. So just be aware, if you buy a Torx driver bit, this sort of the S2 generic ones that are just pour out of a factory somewhere, they're not the best. They really aren't. You want to get yourself something. I mean, German manufacture, the Weir ones, they really are good, and they're not that much more expensive. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this a little bit informative, and hopefully I will save you some money from going out and perhaps purchasing the wrong bit. But certainly Weir and Wearer, those are the brands to look out for, and you will not be disappointed. Okay, thanks very much for watching.